Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is going to be between Soin and LawLiet, taking place here on Ruins of Ashara version 2.1. On the top right hand side of the map, we have Soin spawning as the blue orc. Meanwhile, LawLiet spawning as that yellow night elf. 1v1 matchup underway. He is situated here. A Altar of Elders, Moonwell, and an Ancient of War close to this green creep camp. Should be an easy clear for, whatever night elf hero LawLiet decides to go for. Demon Hunter or, Keeper of the Grove. Probably the main choices. I would be surprised to see a Priestess of the Moon, and even a little surprised to see the Warden, as the Warden probably not too efficient on this map. Not that many bridges. Not going to be able to blink around nearly as much for that positional advantage. Meanwhile, off to the north here, we're looking at, Altar of Storms. There's a barracks, no war mill as of yet, but we are going to be going into a Blade Master. So Blade Master first, no war mill, so Blade Master, Grunts, Voodoo Lounge should be placed down relatively soon, and then from there, the Blade Master has access to everything he needs from his local shop. Now, what are the strategies we're going to be looking at here? It is Demon Hunter over Keeper of the Grove. Demon Hunter very successful at clearing out creep camps because of that immolation now, especially on maps where there is more than 3 creeps at a creep camp. Immolation obviously scales better in damage the more units are out there. So yeah, this little Quillbore Razor Moon Brute Creep Camp, absolutely perfect, as this peon taking a little bit of the aggro and actually causing a little bit of separation. I don't know if that was deliberate or not, but the archer does get the final shot in the back, but the Demon Hunter was not out on the battlefield. Demon Hunter perhaps going to come back around on this side here, toggle immolation, and here we go. There's that quick damage being done so fast, trying to finish off all of those units as the Ancient of War now, just absorbing a large amount of damage, needs to eat some trees, trying to make its way back over. That little Quillbore Hunter will get taken down, and the Ancient of War looks like it will live to fight another day. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter off to the north here, going after this Ogre Warrior as well. Gonna rock some damage, try to finish things off, pick up the item. Is he gonna be able to do it? Yes, he does. It is Claws of Attack +5. There's a Windwalk Strike right there. Ensnare going down onto a Grunt here, but with so many other units nearby, including that hero, he may not want to try and finish off this Grunt. Alright, Demon Hunter looking to retreat away. Blade Master nearby. Ring of Protection +4 compared to a Ring of Protection +4 and a Claws of Attack +5. Alright, are we going to see a quick attack here? Go ahead and try to get some damage onto some of those units. I do believe the Blade Master still got that final hit there. Toggling Immolation didn't do the damage. Now, Ancient of War should have eaten another tree before mosey on over. Needs to get a little bit more hit points. Perhaps try and clear out this mercenary creep camp here as the Demon Hunter once more goes after, this 3-unit creep camp here that is green should get cleaned up quite nicely once more as the Grunt now looking to retreat back. Meanwhile, Blade Master, purposely aggroing the creeps, and now this Ancient of War of LawLiet gonna get lost. Soin doing some real damage there as the Blade Master now backs away. No production buildings available for LawLiet. Ancient of Wonders there. Couple of wisps off to the side. No Hunter's Hall being placed yet. Waiting for those Ancient of Lores perhaps. Alright, Centaur Outrunner. Gonna get cleaned up right there. Going after, or trying to stand in between the 2 targets. Not gonna be going after this last Forest Troll Trapper. Immolation. At this point, not that useful. Only 1 target quickly getting toggled off again. Now, what are we looking at overall here? Demon Hunter going to head back down to the south side. There's the Illusion keeping track of his opponent, keeping track of that grunt count. We are at tier 2 by Soin, getting up that Shadow Hunter. Meanwhile, we are at, or nearly at, tier 2 by LawLiet. I don't see any Hunter's Hall, so we may be going for Ancients of Wind here. Druids of the Talon, perhaps, as we can't even go for Hippogriff Riders without the Ancient of War to train up those archers. Ancient of Wonders, perfectly positioned right at the front door, making sure that the Blade Master cannot get in easily. All right. What is this? Demon Hunter Beastmaster. This may be strategies of old. Beastmaster, Demon Hunter. We could be going for a Goblin Tinker third. And Soin, well, is going to have to try and remember how to deal with that here, as we are going into dual Ancients of Wind and that tier 3. This was a very common strategy many years ago. Before the Keeper of the Grove became the powerhouse that it was. Now, instead, we're going to be looking at the Demon Hunter trying to dive in here, perhaps getting in damage onto these Orc burrows. You can see a couple of bits of damage. Quill Beast trying to get summoned up here. Are those units going to get taken down? Grunt down to 84 hit points. Demon Hunter going to go ahead and try and chase it down, perhaps finish things off. Are we going to see a Hex there? Yes, Hex followed by a Healing Salve. That Grunt still ends up getting taken down, as the Beastmaster now going after that one Grunt here. Beastmaster has to be very careful though. Cannot really stick around in this fight, trying to sum it up more, but this Orc base just looks too well defended by Soin. Alright, Soin gonna have a very easy time defending here. There's plenty of Orc burrows. Tauren Totems now training up, well, those important Spirit Walkers for that disenchant. Also getting the War Mill up for those reinforced defenses, as those Quill Beasts may just be constantly coming in to try and, well, literally poke around. Demon Hunter out of mana, of draining it off of Immolation. Meanwhile, Beastmaster on the board with some experience now, as we are now getting to, getting some items and perhaps trying to get to level 3. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Alright, Ancient of Wind. We are at Tree of Ages, Adept training, trying to train up more Druids of the Talon, get more, get more mana on those Druids of the Talon here. Perhaps even trying to drain some from these max out Moonwells already, so that you just have better capacity overall. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Demon Hunter, Druids of the Talon making their way forward towards the center. Are we going to be visiting that tavern for the Goblin Tinker? Not quite yet. Instead, going after all of these, going after the Mercenary Creep Camp here. There's Immolation trying to clean things up quickly. The Beastmaster not using any mana right here. Interesting call here. Mass Druids of the Talon should be able to deal large amounts of damage to all of these units here, as we see Vampiric Aura now dropped by the Beastmaster, or dropped and picked up by the Beastmaster. LawLiet does have a Forest Troll Berserker. Units are going to try and retreat back here. Meanwhile, the Shadow Hunter is already at level 2, out-leveling that Beastmaster now. Alright, Tree of Eternity reached Mastery Training, getting added in 45 supply compared to 37. Beastmaster picks up an Orb of Venom, has 1 Staff of Preservation, and we still don't see a sign of a Goblin Tinker or a third hero yet. Demon Hunter now making its way across here, gonna go straight for that Centaur Sorcerer with that, heavy armor. You can see how quickly heavy armor is, how quickly damage is done by the Druids of the Talon against heavy armored units. As well, we're looking at the Blade Master now retreating back. Reinforced defenses getting researched quickly, as the reinforced defenses needed in order to stop the Druids of the Talon from being able to destroy multiple Orc burrows. Alright, little bit of repair going on. Demon Hunter, Beastmaster looking to clear out more creep camps. Once more, Centaur Sorcerer quickly getting cleaned up again. Scroll of the Beast now dropped. That's going to be a 25% damage boost. Demon Hunter is a Demon Hunter going to pick up that Tome of Agility in the back? Needs to try and get that last shot off there. Does do it. And now teleported back home. 1 Moonwell down. Multiple Serpent Wards down. Cyclone picking up multiple units here, as we are looking at negative armor onto those Raiders. But that's all getting disenchanted pretty fast as well. Both sides fighting their way through. Demon Hunter coming across here, trying to continuing to poke, as we see Grunts getting laid down as well. Alright, beautiful Moonwell heal, Pure Up to Vitality drop, trying to get every ounce of moon juice out of those wells here, as the Beastmaster now at level 3. Alright, Demon Hunter could be in trouble. Does have a Scroll of Healing, uses that Scroll of Healing, continuing the fight. There is a little bit more damage. We're looking at a Spear Walker about to get taken down. Is it going to get taken down? Yes, it does get taken down. Staff of Preservation saves him in the back there, as another Raider gets taken down. Beautiful clutch Staff of Preservation for the save, while taking down a couple couple more units. Both sides suffering quite large amounts of damage as the Blade Master is still up in the air here. All right, both sides engaging. We're looking at the Blade Master trying to retreat back out. This Raider, well, now needs to try and survive the gauntlet. Not going to be able to do so. Completely surrounded by units again as the Serpent Wards fall as well. All right, we are using that artificial nightfall now in order to fill up these moonwells, albeit slowly. No Hunter's Hall means that there's no upgrade for the increased capacity or faster moonwell regeneration. Meanwhile, we are looking at a expo already being established by Soin, so he's really not that far behind. Quill Beast trying to disrupt some healing, able to disrupt the healing on that Raider, now requiring an extra healing salve charge. Beastmaster, Demon Hunter, Goblin Tinker as that third and final hero. Pocket Factory, we're looking at Pocket Factory already down. Serpent Wards are going to be there for poking. Raiders are going to try and poke their way through as the Pocket Factory quickly gets some protection there. Both sides trying to fight. What are the Druids of the Talon doing? They're actually in that front line spot, trying to perhaps get a surround onto that Shadow Hunter. The Shadow Hunter in the air is causing all of these issues as the Beastmaster now taking quite a bit of damage from that Blade Master. Both sides exchanging blows again. Shadow Hunter trying to break free and just trying to neutralize that Blade Master. Once you remove the Blade Master's damage, suddenly, you don't have to worry nearly as much. But a couple of Quill Beasts still needing cleaning. Yeah, man. What up? Bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Metaphysics. I'm getting some weird, I think I'm getting some weird crackling, but I can't quite find it. Anyways, coming back through, Demon Hunter, well, cleaning up one Raider there, and now, well, Expo is up and operational by Soin at the 3 o'clock spot, and the Pocket Factories are trying to put pressure on the Ultra of Storms. I believe, though, Soin thinks that he's in a decent enough situation that he doesn't really need to worry about it. Quillbees going up against the Serpent Ward. Quillbees should win out that fight 10 times out of 10. Better armor, does have a little bit less range, I believe. Yeah, 550 range, so if the ensnare was a little bit further away, it could have worked out. Meanwhile, Druids of the Talon trying to catch up here. Are we going to see that Raider get finished off? No, down to 22 hit points. We're looking at a couple of Cyclones as, tactical retreat trying to, fall back here. Druids of the Talon, purposely repositioning themselves, making sure that they're not finished off by that Blade Master. Easy Forest Troll Warlord creep camp gonna get cleared out there. It gets taken down. Talisman of Evasion now picked up by that Beastmaster. He'll be able to have a little bit more survivability as the Forest Troll Trappers also get finished off. Coming back through, another easy creep camp to clear out with all of these ranged units. Also buying time for a little bit more mana on those units in the back, as long as you're not auto-casting all of that Fairy Fire. Pocket Factory now down as we're looking at the Shadow Hunter trying to clear out some creep camps as well up on this high ground location. Goblin Laboratory will get cleared out. Healing Ward quickly removed as the Blade Master and Shadow Hunter are both at level 3. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter is already at level 4, pushing level 5 as we're now seeing this constant push inside here. All right. Peons trying to get in some repairs, not going to work out well. One peon now down as we're still fighting our way through. Demon Hunter can easily, yes, just use up use immolation there to rack up damage against all of those peons again. Meanwhile, it looks as though Soin going to try and put pressure back on the main base here, saying, you know what, base race scenario, I am up a base, so I will see you. We are looking at Wellspring upgrades to try and increase the capacity of these Moonwells. Meanwhile, the Shadow Hunter poking its way through, going after all of these Ancient of Wonders and able to just base race his opponent. New Raiders are joining in on the fight here. Peons are getting lost as the Raiders are now trying to take down the Tree of Eternity, who is trying to get Nature's Blessing. All right, a little bit of gold. It looks as though, yeah, gold is, mass repair. Scroll of Town Portal heading back around both sides, both ways. Scroll of Town Portal, tactical retreat, and snare is not enough as the Tree of Eternity does finish Nature's Blessing in time to survive. Mass repairs, keeping that Tree of Eternity alive. It is still 2 bases to 1. Both sides taking a little bit of damage here. as the Expo, well, with 3 watchtowers. Oh, Pillage was not researched. Pillage now being researched. And perhaps Soen thinks that he can do these hit and run tactics a bit more efficiently now, as his opponent doesn't have as much gold, and as he'll be able to get gold from attacking the buildings in order to pay for that Scroll of Town portal if necessary. Alright. Soen perhaps going to head to the south side here. There's a quick Quill Beast in the snare. That's going to get taken down easily. Blade Master going to be just still shy of level 4. Meanwhile, off to the north here, Demon Hunter, Beastmaster, Goblin Tinker leading the charge back. Perhaps going to try and clear out some difficult creep camps. We could be looking at, well, another Hawk getting just taken down there. Is that going to get the level up? No, it is not. Blade Master now 2 experience shy from the next level. Both sides trying to figure out the other person's position and strategy. LawLiet finally breaking into low upkeep. Meanwhile, Soen already at low upkeep, well, because of all of these additional workers trying to get gold here. Blade Master sees or suspects that there is an Expo at the opposite end of the map. 9 o'clock position does show an Expo. Blade Master can easily just finish off a Wisp instead of trying to finish it off. There's a quick detonation. Meanwhile, down to the south, Beastmaster gets to level 4, clearing out this southern 6 o'clock creep camp. Blade Master going after the Tree of Life here. No real defense. Raiders are all just rushing on over, and this is going to be a quick death of a building. We are going to see a couple of ensnares go down, and perhaps a tactical retreat, as we're going to look at that get taken down there. All right, the Shadow, or does the Shadow Hunter have a Scroll of Town portal? He does. Doesn't want to use it just quite yet, but the Raiders were able to just pillage down and destroy that building in a matter of seconds. All right, 1 low hit point. Well, Raider just up in the air here. Meanwhile, Raiders trying to take down multiple buildings. A Shadow Hunter, Scroll of Town portal, tactical retreat back out again. And there we are. There we go. We're going to see a Quill Beast will easily finish off and poke down that Raider there. 61 supply now. So Soen is just using the tactical advantage, the high movement speed of the Raiders and their effectiveness against buildings. And the fact that he has a 2-to-1 base advantage to try and outlast his opponent. We can see it. There goes a quick ensnare there. The 2 armies are actually close by each other. The Blade Master has to be careful. Doesn't want to reveal where exactly he is, and now has to wait for the yellow Night Elf LawLiet's army backing away. All right, it looks as though it's going to be a retreat back once more. We're going to see head off to the north here as the Demon Hunter, Beast Master, and Goblin Tinker are now looking to finish off the main base here. All right, are we going to see any tactical retreats? What is going on? Base versus base. There is 4 minutes of mining left on the main bases here. And, well, this is the downside of this army as a Night Elf. You are looking at mass heroic damage and magic damage. You can see the stronghold able to just fend off these attacks so easily, as the peons are there getting in a little bit of repairs and still somehow able to withstand this 45 supply army from taking down 1 building. Meanwhile, off on the other end, the Serpent Wards Raiders are going to be taking down and dealing more building damage just per second. Because of those armor types, as we're losing Moonwells as well. Well, that is just going to hurt more and more as the stronghold does finally get taken down. A barracks down to 11 hit points, and both sides still sticking around in this fight here. All right, Fairy Dragons as well. Going to go ahead and, Mana Flare back some of those Spirit Walkers who are trying to disenchant. Raiders are still doing a little bit of tactical retreating back and forth, but no AoE damage possible across all of these low hit point Druids of the Talon. Serpent Wards are trying to poke. There's a Staff of Preservation. Demon Hunter was able to get close to a Moonwell, but ensnared, and now both sides fighting through. A lot of critical strikes going back and forth, trying finally separating all of these units who are stacked up straight up on top of each other. So difficult to figure out. Unit after unit. Blade Master down to 103 hit points. He could get finished off here if he's not careful, and once that potion of invulnerability is lost. Down to 80 hit points, 21-14. Blade Master stabs himself in the stomach. He is down for the count. Meanwhile, the Shadow Hunter still in that back position, still continuing with this push. 43 supply compared to 30. Both sides fighting as we're looking at quad Serpent Wards, Quint Serpent Wards poking back across. The Blade Master is trying to just go after all of these raiders and has not been able to do so. There's a quick Hex, there's Immolation, and the Demon Hunter gets taken down by a bunch of low hit point raiders. Alright, so Raiders ensnare, Serpent Wards poke, and suddenly that was enough. Alright, a beautiful exchange going there. You saw how low hit point these Raiders were, but they were able to try and back away, but no, a wall of wisps preventing the Raiders from now being able to head back home. Alright, are we looking at a resurrected Blade Master? No, we are not. Beastmaster falls at level 4 as we're still looking at more damage getting racked in here. Alright, a little bit more Cyclone. Demon Hunter wants to re-engage here. Shadow Hunter has plenty of Serpent Wards down, could constantly engage, and all that Demon Hunter can do is just constantly make stutter step his way through. There goes one Spirit Walker here. Are we going to look at a couple more ensnares, a little bit more damage? There goes an ensnare. Demon Hunter could be in trouble. Both sides exchanging. We're going to see another ensnare there. The Raiders are trying to keep their distance, but while staying close enough to ensnare so the Demon Hunter cannot get away, allowing the Blade Master to get in those shots. Soin coming in with the win there, even though he had a lower score overall, lower unit score, lower hero score, a little bit more resources, and in the end that was enough. Let me know what you guys thought about this game